My name is Matt Boots.
I'm Angel from Angel's Clubhouse.
And I'm Hov from Green Lounge LA. And this is The Struggle. Yeah, my sponsor, Dust Luxury Cannabis. We got gold weed, diamond weed, and the one that everybody likes is the indica strand, bro.
The indica, yeah.
Yeah, it's a blue weed, right? And it has a shimmer to it, and it's strong as fuck. These people read these books, and if they aren't familiar, we got the books right here. Check it out. Your boy got the Gangsta Jake. You feel me?
That's the part 3. That's the third one.
Peace Treaty,
Peace Treaty
2017. We also got the Gangsta Jake, the end result of a snitch.
That's what started it all right there.
You feel me? The very first one, you feel me? And then we got the Nairi Jace, Gangsta Jake, and this is 2, if I'm not mistaken, right?
This is 2, yeah. Path to Terror.
Okay, so there we go. So, I'm pretty sure people are familiar with urban books, and if you know, then you know who I'm talking to.
Personal life, like everything you say and do, move, where like it's gonna be out there. You could put it out there as something positive, and they'll put it, like I just seen something with Neo, and they was like, oh, looks like Neo's with another woman, look like he's on a vacation or a vacation. If he is, so what? That's this man's business. He all the way, not even in America, and they blasting him. But people can't just go and just be and be free. Like they still normal people. Yeah, they got a lot of money. They in the limelight.
I'm Hov, and this is
Carson.
Hey, Carson, what's good with you, man?
I'm good, man. Just living life, enjoying another day.
Okay, so for the camera and everyone who don't know, Carson and I actually met at one of the events we had at Lost But Found, where just he saw us doing our thing. He came through, wanted to come through and present his material, show what he had, and he did it, and the crowd loved it. So we're gonna talk about it and much more. Check it out. Quick question: how'd you come up with that song?
Honestly, that song is a part 2 to another song. It's like a series. Like, I like the concept of possum, the way that they move, like the whole playing dead thing, because it's not really a play. It's not a fear tactic. It's really a, if you get too close, you're gonna get hurt tactic. So it's like, my first song was called Possum, and it was more like when I was coming back into music and going through having kids and life. Then this one is after I got divorced. So it's pretty much like I'm saying I'm popping back up, as my return. I was dead, now I'm not dead,
Okay.
So that's why I say it's Possum too.
Divorced, huh?
Yeah.
How old are you?
34.
Damn. They know the statistics on divorce is high, so don't feel no type of way.
Oh, I don't.
What was that like for your life and music? What happened there?
Those were 2 separate entities and options. Excuse my hand. Those are 2 separate entities and options. And with that being said, like, I didn't really get a chance to do music because I was married. Because I was married to somebody. Honestly, there's a lot of types of people in the world, and it's not like I'm not types like that, but like there's people who make music, and like people like who are inspired by music and are affected in that way. There's people who just listen to music.
Okay.
Like I was married to somebody who just listened to music. Okay. So that really affected like the ability to make music, because I couldn't have those conversations with her of a creative concept, because she would be like, oh, it sounds good. I think that sounds cool. Like more of like
shallow.
No, like listen to it, but like a fan on the radio.
Okay.
More as there was no constructive concept to when she would listen to my music. So
music is a big thing for you then.
Music is big for me.
Does it sound like that had it?
Oh yeah, that was one of the major things. Music has been a part of my life for generations. Honestly, my whole family done music as far back as we know. So
why? What is it about music?
My mom sang gospel at church because she felt like that was a way it kept her closer to God. I rap because I've been through shit, and I know people. I've been through things, and I know people go through similar things. You might not go through what I go through, but if I tell my story, then that might be able to help you with your similar story. You know, no, because no two stories are the same, but you might, pages sometimes sync. So that's why I do it. My brother does it because he's trapped in his mind creatively, and writing it is the only way he can actually say like he's a Pisces, so he don't say what he feel, but he can write all of it down.
Okay.
So it's like that, and then,
so it's part humanitarian, part release.
Yeah. So it's like, it's a release, it's a concept. So for everybody, it's different. It's like praise, release, connection. I do it for all three of those concepts. My dad did it back in the 80s and was running clubs. He did it for the money concept. I mean, so music has flown through all of us in different ways for different reasons, but it's been in all of us. Even my kids, my youngest daughter, she's dancing all the time, dances everywhere, all over the house, and all of that. And then my oldest daughter, she wants to rap.
Okay, so it's been in the family for a while. You talked about, your situation a little bit with the wife, but the question would be this: at 34 years old, right? Mm-hmm. What are you gonna do with this music? Like, what's the plan? What's the goal? What's the purpose? And why the hell now?
I mean, it's now or never. I mean, that's why now. My goal and my purpose is really, I'm tired of the way things look.
Meaning?
In the world. That's what I was going to say. In the world, because, nobody really pays attention to what's going on. Everybody's caught up in their phone. Mm-hmm. People's and it's not even like, oh, yeah, go outside and read a book. No, we're not caught up in here. People ain't spiritual enough. Not only do I pray, I meditate next to prayer, and that's on some spiritual. I'm Muslim, so I do my prayer, and then on top of that, I go get my crystals out, and I put all my crystals out, and I do that prayer, which is not praying to anyone. It's just praying to myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I see myself as a God. So as much as I need to pray to God, I need to pray to the God that talks to God. You know what I'm saying? That I talk to God through, which is myself. Because if I don't feel good, how am I going to expect me to get me to where I need to go? You know what I'm saying? So I talk to God first, and then I talk to myself, and I treat myself like a God, So, but I feel like those are the heavy things.
How much of your music do you actually talk about that? Being a Muslim that also practice, I guess you can call it crystal or esoteric crystal
Reiki.
work?
It's actually Reiki.
Reiki. Yeah. I was looking for the name.
Yeah, it's all well. But I mean, I say it in my songs, I don't just because I don't push religion in any way, shape, or form, mm-hmm. but I have one song, and I said, I can see I feel the sun shining down on me, alhamdulillah, giving praise to my God, light. I never just really go and say something heavy. Most of the time it's really affirmations, simple things. And then the crystal things, it's I have whole songs where I'm talking about, the spiritual concept and aspect of reality.
I mean, not only actually that, because, people say that, a lot of artists, a lot of people that's above the age of 30 say that stuff is crazy. People are stupid, they need to wake up, stuff like that, right? But if we don't put it in the music, then what are we doing?
That's a fact.
How come everybody needs to wake up when we get to stage? We start talking about shooting and what car we got and stuff like that.
Yeah, no.
Right? So with that being said, right now, there was a big example of that. The most famous example we can use right now currently is Kendrick and Drake, right? Mm-hmm. So with that being said, is it now time to start talking about Reiki on the mic, and should it be a more popular thing? How do you feel about that in hip hop?
I feel it's already should have been talked about, but everybody kind of does talk about it, and bringing up Kendrick is actually a good point, because if Kendrick talks about spirituality, Kendrick talks about, praying with crystals and things like that. So it's he might be on this beef, I'm trying to keep myself from cussing. He might be on this beef stuff right now, but this ain't his everyday. You know what I'm saying? It's more everybody got to check their routes, but yeah, I feel people should talk more about peace in music, especially after what happened with this whole hip hop civil war and all that extra. Like, yeah, if we were to flip that around and then everybody just started chilling, and we could just let the people who have beef just be wherever they need to instead of, you know, entertaining it for longer, it'll be a whole turnaround for music.
So you did music, and I see that you have your clothing today, Souls for Cash, right?
Yes.
Talk to us about your experience with that. What started that? What prompted that?
What, my clothes? Well, honestly,
And why Souls for Cash? They selling their souls if they join you?
nah.
I
See,
hope
this
not.
is and I'll explain that. I'll explain that because it's a good concept. First, I'm gonna explain that because that's important. Everybody asks me that, and then everybody says the exact same thing when I tell them. So it goes like this: everything you do, when you die, I don't feel like there's an office or no space like that. You walk into a room that's like a bank type room, and you walk in and they hand you a stack of either this money or that money, and those are the deeds you've done, and you take that and you either go there or there. So when you die, your choices that you've made throughout your life, which only you know, you will then be paid for, and you will have to deal with it for the rest of your eternity. Souls for Cash. Really, I'm saying your choices now will affect you later and continue to affect you later. It just sounds...
Sound like you selling
Yeah.
your damn soul. It's gonna get you money now.
I'm not
and
saying
you
that's
gonna
not
go
what I'm
through this
saying.
door,
What I'm saying
you gonna pay
is,
for it later.
if you do
Probably
good,
with
even
cash.
if you do good, because even if you, let's say you're a good person your whole life, and you do good deeds, you go there and you gonna get the money that's gonna send you to heaven. Then you can go spend all that in heaven. You getting paid to go enjoy the, obviously, like, you know, even
You
though
gotta pay for stuff in heaven. That don't sound like
that's-
heaven.
no,
more.
it's not free. It's you. Look, how you just gonna walk up and get
I don't
everything?
know. Ladies and gentlemen, please get your crystals out and some sage. No.
I don't know. You get me. But yeah, I mean, in a concept, it's not actual money. You know what I'm saying? It's like whatever. If you the card or whatever, just as we walk
heaven
up,
black card.
Yeah, it's the heaven black card. You know what I'm saying? Or the hell whatever card. You know what I'm saying? It's just you get the card and the credit, and it's just what you've done is where you earn. So if you're a good person, you can get 2-3 big houses in heaven. You can get 3-4 cars to swipe.
I gotta ask you. So let's say on this earth you get a black card. You doing this to get wealthy, right? You ain't just rapping at 34 because you want to do some Reiki. You can do that shit in the closet.
Yeah, nah.
When you get your bag, what are you doing for real? For real?
What I'm doing for real is honestly, like, I've been homeless and I've been through the system.
Okay.
And I went through the system with my kids. My goal is to really challenge and then rival the county building and actually give the benefits and the help that they say, and not make people jump through the hoops.
So well, you know, the original welfare system was started by everyday people. They called them Black Panthers, but they started the original welfare program. Did you know that historically?
Yes.
That's crazy. So now you're going to start one.
Yes.
They do say history repeat itself.
Yes.
All right. That's a good. And why? You been to the county building too many damn times?
No, because... Well,
No, because I've been. I ain't.
yes and no. I've been to the county building too many different times in my life. I remember going as a kid, as a little kid, as a mid-sized kid, as a teenager, as an adult, as a man, come on. I've been there too many different times in my life. I'm tired, and it didn't do anything because I kept having to go back. Obviously, at different periods in my life, my mama kept having to go back. It didn't work. It didn't work.
Yeah, no, you know what? I think everybody from LA understands that the county keeps you broke because you got to keep going back.
Yeah.
Right? Because they tell you to go.
It's the turnaround.
They make you do weird stuff like come into the office for the girl money at 9 o'clock when you really should be going to those jobs and getting an interview at 9 o'clock. So, like, that don't make no sense. But yeah, nah, that's crazy.
And then you gotta spend a week doing some type of training.
All right, so we talked about your humanitarian deed. What are you really gonna do with your money?
All right, what I really want to do with my money, and this is what I want to do for myself.
Okay, what we doing?
I want land. I want my 40 acres. I'm finna get that. I'm finna get my whole family. I'm finna put houses on there. But I love my family, but they're gonna get some space. We're not gonna live right next. You gonna live here, I'm gonna live over here, you gonna live over there. We're gonna get golf carts. But I'm gonna put a Kanye and I'm gonna go get land for everyone. For all my family and all my close peoples, all the people who here with me now and stay with me there till then, y'all gonna get y'all cut of the land.
Okay. And what would you be bringing to hip hop? Like, what would you call your music? What is it?
I mean, I would say conscious, but not conscious. Well, fuck it, I would just say conscious. I'm rapping about what I'm aware of. So yeah.
Okay, so we talked about your music, right? Mm-hmm. We talked about your past a little bit. We talked about your brand a little bit, and how you're trying to get people to buy their souls or sell their souls. But anyway, a couple of souls for a couple of albums, somewhere like that. But since we talked about that, the other question we should ask now, right, is you're doing these shows. Mm-hmm. What do you feel you can do to make your shows hit harder? What have you been implementing to make yourself and your stage presence more dynamic?
Honestly, I've been trying to really work on crowd interaction more.
Why so?
Because I have bipolar disorder.
Okay.
And that's another thing. I rap in consciousness and mental health. And I tell people, I struggle to make eye contact from time to time, or I make too much eye contact from time to time. Like, I'll talk to somebody and I'll just be like, while we're talking, they'll be like, bro, you ain't gotta like deep into my soul. I'm like, my bad, bro. I'm just making eye contact and listening. There's times where I'm like, and I can't, and I just, like, if there's a crowd, I won't look at anyone in the face. But I'm trying to get out there and at least, touch somebody's hand, interact with somebody, because these are the things that matter. And these are the things that these people are going to pay to come and see me do. And right. they're not going to come and pay to see me ignore them and rap like this. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Or rap
to myself. Like, they want me to talk to them. So I have to teach myself that, especially as my platform is progressing and I'm getting more shows and bigger shows. I have to understand the crowd will grow, and it will grow fast. And then one day I'm going to go from performing in front of few people to seas of people. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to have to learn how to deal with that real fast. Mm-hmm. And that's just what it is.
Yeah. I think, because, I throw shows and shit like that. I like, from time to time, to fuck with new people. I throw, like maybe the third best act on number one first to make it hard for everybody else. But it brings out, because, on our show, the purpose of the show is actually artist development. Yeah. So we do them so they can get the experience and stuff, walk them through the process, because we're one stop. But, that's just to get them used to having blood in the water. Like, what do you do? Let's ask. It's a good question. What would you do if I did that to you, right? What if I put on, like, a guy that's seasoned and has a following and has stage presence, and is a good MC, right? Knows how to move the crowd, right? And then I just put you on. What would your plan of action be?
Well, first off, I would take that energy, because if that artist manifested that much energy, there's no way that he's gonna grab all of that, put it all in a bag, and walk off the stage. So it's still gonna be that energy on the stage. I'm gonna use that energy that he just put on the stage to do the same thing. I might not have the same following, but who said I can't give you the same show?
Right. That's a nice way to look at it. Sir, I've been doing shows. Yes, they can. They can put out that much damn energy and leave, and everybody be like, okay, what? And I've seen it go fast.
Yeah, and yeah, if you're not synced to the other artists in front of you, oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, I've seen it. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, I mean, if you know how to deal with the crowd and kind of know what's moving and kind of try to match the space, they'll be like, all right, this sounds like the last artist, even though I don't know this guy. I've had that. Where I've gotten on stage behind somebody and everybody's rocking, and I get up and everybody's like. But then all of a sudden they start rocking with me because I'm playing the same energy, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing my stuff, I'm doing my thing, and all of a sudden by the end of my set, they loving me like they was loving him.
Okay. Okay. So, with that being said, you said earlier in the segment that you're a conscious rapper.
Yeah.
And right now, the greatest conscious rapper you can say probably would be Kendrick. And with that whole dynamic, let's talk about that. How do you feel about that? Because it has affected the West Coast, to say the least. How do you feel about that?
What the Kendrick?
How do you weigh in?
beef
Was
or
it
what?
Drake? Is it Kendrick? Is it?
Oh man, honestly.
Are you team J. Cole? Because it was 3-sided story. To be honest, it started as a 3-piece.
Well, what happened?
Looked like it turned to a 1-piece.
What actually happened? And everybody, but I don't know if everybody heard it, but man, excuse me. But J. Cole, he dropped Might Delete This Later.
Might delete this shit later.
And when he dropped Might Delete This Later, that was his version of For All the Dogs. He was talking bad about everybody. And Kendrick listened, and that's why Kendrick was like, that's why even like he kept talking about Cole. Just every now and then he was like, yeah, that's why Cole went away, because Cole didn't want that, because he tried to air it out and on some tracks that you're gonna call I Might Delete This Later, so people may not pay attention to what you're saying, but you're still airing out your stuff.
Right.
So then he did that, they did that, then they dropped First Person. Then Kendrick only responded. Drake chose what he did, and Drake doesn't write his own music, so I mean,
well, on that last diss he came back with, right? You could hear that he didn't have any rappers helping him out, and it made a difference. I think that's what killed him.
And because
everybody was waiting for the punch,
because
right?
nobody wanted to lose it. Like it was to the point Kendrick was like, all right, I'm gonna start going on everybody now, because remember he was like, and Yachty can't help you, and Thug can't help you, and Doodoo can't help you, and he just started naming off all the people that he had been around.
Well, you seen what happened with Daylight, right?
Exactly.
No, you saw Daylight, right? Okay, so Daylight been writing for Drake for 13 years. And that's why when he said, your best work is a light pack. That's what that bar meant. All right. To confirm this, all you do is go to Daylight's page, and he addresses it himself. And that's how I seen it on Instagram. So he talks about how he did it, and he should have paid him more. He wouldn't get no exposure. The best hits are really his. So he had kind of like basically agreed with Kendrick, shouting him out. So he didn't write during this beef. And if you look at the Insta, that was it a tweet or a comment on Insta where he says, you should have used my shit, dog. So Daylight was being petty, right? But Daylight removed himself from that situation too, right? So that goes to show you how bad Kendrick is. And the question now is, who you going to vote for King Light Skin? Because I'm technically running for King Light Skin since Drake is dead, and I don't think that light skinned people deserve to be represented by somebody who got 13 sex offender pings on their roof. I don't think that's kid friendly. And light skinned niggas are kid friendly. Yeah. So I'm running. Vote for me at Instagram at Green Lounge LA. Put King Light Skin if you down. That's not a joke. I'm really running.
All right,
Light Skin will survive. We will survive this. Do it. If you know anybody more light skinned than me, let me know. I might forfeit my running. But
oh shit. Oh man.
Cause that's how I was feeling in the industry, right? Right now I feel like Drake is kind of dead, bro. But do you think he's coming back with something?
No.
And would it matter?
No. Honestly, man, we're gonna have to do the skit, because now I'm gonna talk about it. we're gonna do a skit, and I'm gonna let this fool slap me, but it's only in the productions of making good art. So it's gonna be when you think nobody's around, you try to slide Drake, and I'm gonna play Drake real quick, and I'm gonna play, and then out of nowhere, her hand just gonna be like, I'll be like. And I'm gonna put on that not like it.
Hey, that's a good one. All right, show. Hey, yo, send me that when you do it. That's a good one. All right, so with that being said, and that's how you feel about that. Like, how would that affect hip hop now? Are people gonna be more conscious of their stars that they're following now? Because there's a lot of pedo stuff coming out, women abuser stuff coming out. I mean, Diddy is slapping bitches all through the Marriott.
Yes and no, because if you look at like music history, and I hate to say this, but this is a fact. Artists been smacking females for fucking. I mean, for what? Years, generations, 60s, 70s. Like
It's P Diddy. He had to have a God complex.
that's
at
what
one
I'm
point.
saying. Like
At
all,
one point,
like
let's be
come
real.
on, like come on. There's how many like come on, James Brown, like all, they've been like
James Brown.
and I'm not, and you know, and I hate to do that.
Hit me.
That's
No.
what I'm saying. So it's like it's an industry
He
thing,
confessed.
but people are still listening to their music, and it didn't really change anything. So I don't really think that it's gonna change much. I think that
Should it?
it should.
Well,
It
why
should.
doesn't it then?
Because
Do we put talent over morals? That's a good question, right?
it's money over morals. Because if we're putting talent over morals, then Diddy's dead because talent there.
Well, we watching them die though.
I mean, no, I mean, like, yeah, but yeah, exactly. but if we're putting talent over morals, yeah, he just no, come on, we should, we'd have been turned him in. We'd have been turned him in for Biggie and Pac, like. Like, but nah, real talk though. Like, it's definitely it's money, it's money. Like, you know, because he's put on so many other artists, and he's created so many other careers that people weren't gonna say anything until shit hit the fan, and then all of a sudden everybody's like, I had no idea.
They got a new move, Me Too movement.
Yeah.
Called Diddy.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
on
for
top of that, 50 Cent making a documentary and a video game about it.
Okay, so King Petty.
Yeah.
King Petty. 50 Cent, he been on that man head for years, bro. He's getting content.
He wanted to be the
rich.
king of New York.
He already is of the pettiness.
Yeah, he's the pettiest king of
Ain't
New York.
nobody more New York petty than 50 Cent. I'm sorry. That nigga's New York petty. It's a whole
man.
different level of petty. Just in case you guys didn't know.
he's deep. Yeah, 50's deep with the pettiness. He goes cold. You don't want to
So-
date for 50.
Before we get out of here, right? I want you to look at that camera, please. And that's a young kid, you feel me, from LA right now. He's definitely gonna watch this, right? So if he was thinking about rapping, what would you say to him?
Don't do it. No, but
He was serious. He was serious.
no, I'm playing. But nah, what I really would say is do it. Just do it. Like, that's it. Like, if you want to rap, like, I started rapping in a closet with a sheet over the closet on a literally a 99-cent store microphone plugged into the homie's computer during the summertime, and it was hot as hell. Like, man, I did that, and now I'm sitting here, not saying I'm anybody, but I'm sitting here looking like this, and I might be driving around and I might be pulling up to your city to do a show, but that's only because I did it. So you just gotta do it, and that's all you gotta do. Just don't stop doing it.
All right, so get it done, do it, and don't stop. That's his message to you, ladies and gentlemen. So we finna get up out of here. We love you. We appreciate you. We respect you, but we out. Peace.